it is not like, it is more of the issue about how the outreach has been going on. Because as I said, they have a successful working relationship in Northeast with the Baptists, because they are very much established in Nagaland,
Yeah,
or Presbyterian churches in Meghalaya or in Mizoram. They're very
yeah,
much
yeah.
established over there compared to the Catholic Church. But in Kerala, the Catholic Church seems to be more established with all its three wings. Where Father Paul Thelakat, how do you see? There was a conscious avoidance of Protestants in this.
I do not think that they have consciously avoided the Protestants. I have 2 points to make.
Because the
Rana
CSI
was,
church was not called in. The CSI
yes,
churches were not
I
called in. The
understand.
Pentecostal churches were not called in.
Formerly, the Latin communities, Bishop also was not called.
Well,
And
that
by
is because of
using
the
that,
Virinium issue. In fact, let us also take that, Father, let me bring that issue as well. You
that
have the
is also a
Virinium issue
problem.
that is there.
That is also a problem. You see, one first thing I want to say, the community, the birth rate depends on two factors: wealth and education. These are very high as regards the Syrian communities are concerned. There also Orthodox Christians are the least number of in birth rate. They are the least, the lowest of them. And then comes the Jacobite group, and then comes the Syro Malabar Church, and highest birth rate is among the Latin Catholics. And therefore, this has to do with economics as well as with education. When the education is high, when the economic situation is high, the birth rate goes down. That is the one reason why the birth rate of Christians are lowering every year after every year. Secondly, I am not against Prime Minister extending the hands of welcome to any community. There is nothing harm. It is also politics, and politics must be embracing every community. And therefore, I am not against the Prime Minister coming and meeting the heads of the bishops, heads of the churches, with the community. But I am only concerned about that is selective and avoiding somebody else. They did not invite anybody from Muslim community, and that kind of attitude of hospitality and welcoming attitude is not extended to the Muslim community. That is what I am afraid of. That is why I am a little apprehensive of this attitude, which is merely politics.
So
Because
what are you saying?
why not?
So what are you saying, the Father Paul Thelakat? What are you saying right now is that you're saying your apprehension that the Muslim community has not been included, but then the church is not very happy with the Muslim community as well. We have seen them openly
Agree.
speaking about it. During Chandi's time, when the portfolio for education, there was a big fight over it. When they asked for 5 ministries, again there was a big fight over it. It is not that the church has love for the Muslim community as well. They have been openly fighting in Kerala as well. In fact, right now in Kerala, what is happening is that so much of religious polarization, everyone at each corner is talking about his religion, countering the other person's religion, writing publications on against each other's religion. This is what is
It is
actually
true.
happening in Kerala, and we are talking about what kind of secularism are we talking about? In fact, we are having a facade of secularism in Kerala right now.
Verghese, it is true that there is a lot of discomfort within Muslim community and Christian community. They are concerning about the rights, economic rights, and everything. But the reality is what is happening between the two communities. Perhaps there is misreading of and misinterpretation of what is happening between the two communities. Two communities are so different from themselves, and the Christians are highly educated. Christian youth are completely emigrating from the state,
Father
and
Paul,
the
Father
other.
Paul Thelakat, that is an argument that you're giving. If you take, I think Mr. Rana wants to also give an answer to it. Let's in fact go to, I'll just come
That
to your
is,
thought. I have a question to you as well. I'll just give Rana to respond for a minute. Yeah.
yes,
So,
okay.
I was just hearing very carefully to Father, but I was failed to understand what he's trying to communicate. Once he said his government is not doing any for the Christian, then he said why not involving Muslim community? Boss, we need to understand. Prime Minister's meeting to particular community is not Sarv Dharm Samman, Sarv Dharm Sammelan, or all party meeting. It depends upon his agenda. Obviously, his agenda, his planning is to meet Christian bishops. When he will have agenda to meet Muslims, he will go and meet that Pasmanda. He had, running a kind of show, a kind of, I would say, an objective to take care of the Pasmanda Muslim Samaj. who's approximately 86-85% of total Muslim community. So he look at each and everything in bit and pieces. Obviously, he cannot meet all the people. Then he will say, why not inviting Hindu people? The objective of this meeting was to meet only bishops related to Christians. Maybe in Christian there is a multiple tower, multiple verticals are there. I'm not going into integrity of that because my knowledge is very limited on that integrity. But when you talk to the Christian, we look at the Christian as the community, and Prime Minister is meeting that particular community. Why we are talking about Muslims? Number one. Number two, when we talk about the population and education, we understand very well. If the people are educated, obviously they know what they are doing and what is the how it's going to impact overall. So, educated people obviously look at you find two or three children in any educated family. So we understand Christians are very educated. They believe in that. They understand everything. Okay. When we talk about the third person, which is critical as looking at the scenario in Kerala, please understand it was not happened in the history of India. It's first time happening when the Prime Minister of India meeting to, I would say, to Bishop in Kerala, and obviously meeting the Christian community, and is trying to understand, obviously, as a PM, as a leader of this country. Yes, for him everyone is same. We need to welcome whatever the step he is taking. We need to welcome his approach. Obviously, if he's going anywhere wrong, obviously we need to raise a red flag and say, boss, you need to involve this one. It's called a good suggestion. But just criticizing because he's meeting Christian, not meeting Muslim, then you're criticizing, it's not making sense.